Hi guys, welcome to the Bucci Chirwa channel. Guys, this week is going to be a juicy topic. Juicy topic that I feel like is common sense. But is it really? Is it? Am I the weird one? Let's find out. One thing I've learned living in such a diverse atmosphere, I have learned that everybody does things differently, and that is okay. Okay. But I feel that when it comes to intimate relationships, it's a man's lead, like it's a man's world. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, guys? I mean, reason with me. Like, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Like, okay, I have a coworker. She's like 23, and she's been on these dating apps, Tinder, Hinge, eharmony.com, Match.com. Are those still running, guys? I just thought about it because I remember when we were in our 20s, Match.com and eHarmony were big. They were huge. I even know a girl who actually got married off of is it not Match.com? One of these websites. They're not married anymore, but no. Anyway, so she said she met a few guys on Hinge, and there's one guy that seems to be clicking with her, and they're chatting and talking on the app. And she said that once they moved to like their phones, it's a whole different story, right? It's a completely different story. Um, he'll call her like once a week, and uh, she always has to initiate the conversation or like the calling or the texting. I personally, I feel like we're emotional beings. We are animals. I feel like we are. I mean, especially women, we really in tune with our intuition. We can see something and choose to be like, not my cup of tea. I'm happy with where I'm at. Or you can see it, address it, and move. Right? Like those are the options, right? And so in that situation, I feel like the guy is not into her because honestly, a guy that's into you or always try to reach out to you, um, always thinking about you, like that's how I just feel. I just feel like if a man is into you, he will call you and he will text you because you're on his mind. The million and one things men do. If you're not like a priority on his list, what are we doing? Like and if you have to reach out like once a week, I feel like it's a setup to a bad relationship. Like I feel like it's a setup because what you're going to find there, who are you going to blame? Yourself for pushing yourself on him, right? Am I wrong? That's how I just feel, guys. Like I don't know. You can't tell me any different. um I just feel like the man is the one who's supposed to initiate contact, like because we women, we love, I guess. We have a love, endless. Let me speak for myself because I've heard some really cool stories out there of women just being bad. But for the sake of this video, if a man likes you, you're going to know, right? It's simple as that. So I think maybe to break it down even further is if a man likes you won't be confused, right? If a man doesn't like you, you'll be confused, right? Have you ever had just this is like non-relationship, like intimate relationship, but like have you ever had a conversation with someone and you thought you were vibing, and then at the end of the conversation you're kind of like, what? Like that feeling, you're just kind of like, you can't put a finger on it. It's not making sense, but you're confused. Like I thought that was my homegirl, but why am I feeling some type of way? Like why, like there's just that, and there's just thing that inside, that intuition that's like, it's like your subconscious knows, like, mm-mm. But then you forcing the situation, you know what I mean? Because you want it to be. So like I feel like it's the same way with intimate relationships. Like if a man likes you, you will know. If he doesn't like you, you will be confused. Example of confusion: he's hardly calling you, he's hardly reaching out, he's hardly messaging you. In this day and age of texting, commenting, Twitter, whatever, whatever, we always on our phones, even a simple email. Like, if he does not like you, you'll be confused on why he's not reaching out to you. And it's a good thing that he's kind of, not reaching out, because sometimes you're saving yourself some stress. You might get into that situation and you find out that he has baggage, things that maybe you've done your work, you've healed yourself and done your inner work, and maybe he hasn't. And he sees that you're up here with your emotional health, and he can't quite, feed that. So he's just chosen to step away. But as women, sometimes we like to push things. So if he's not calling you and texting you or whatever, speak your piece. Like, unless if you like in a relationship, then you know for sure. But if you just like in talking stages, like you move from Facebook dating, or you moved from Hinge or Tinder or whatever, and man's not doing his thing, you're confused, right? He's not into you. He don't like you. Bye.